Hello and welcome into Baker Fall Sports Media Day 2025. Today we are highlighting the cross-country season. We're joined by head coach Bobby Breon. Coach, guys able to kick off the season this past weekend up at KU. What did you like seeing out of your team in this first competition of 2025?
Oh, yeah. Well, we got out and we were able to pack up. It's nice to break the rust off. We haven't raced in a while, so it's good to get them out on a course and just see how they all get to use their race instincts in this first one before we start dialing in on everything. But just watching them all get out together and the way they work together and just kind of kept everything really close with their, our 1-to-5s were pretty solid together this time around. So it's a good way to open up. So we're pretty optimistic about how we're going to look the rest of the season. So
yeah, good way to kick it off there, close and at a great place like Rimrock. Looking at your schedule now, got two more road meets on the schedule. I know you had to shift a little bit with the schedule on them, but what is that like getting to go to two new meets and going to Grandview here in September, another conference school, the Vikings hosting, and then going to Blazing Tiger there to close out the season? What do you like about your road meets?
Going up to Grandview, we ran conference up there a few years ago. It's actually a really nice course. So we're looking forward to that. That should be a place that we can run pretty fast. There's going to be a few more conference schools that are up there, so it should be pretty good competition. But this Blazing Tiger meet, we're pretty excited to go up to that. It's one of the bigger NAI meets that they're running in the country now. The course is set up really, really fast, and they set it to mirror our national meet. So it should be some really good experience for any of our athletes that we get to qualify out for nationals this year. It should be an awesome experience for all of our athletes going up. So we're really pumped for that one. The athletes are excited to go up to Nebraska. So
I'm sure get a couple especially for the upperclassmen, get to see a couple new courses, couple new races, maybe some different teams there as well. What's that like for the upperclassmen getting to see some new courses?
They always like to see something new. We kind of get in a rut sometimes where we try to get a rotation of some new things going from year to year, but it's always fun when they get to see something that's brand new. So cross-country courses can get a little dull sometimes, and especially when we have them racing on our home course a few times, because we're gearing up to host conference the next couple of years, so we need to be used to our course. But it's nice to go see something completely brand new and different. So they're pretty pumped about getting to see something they've never been on before. And the fact that it's one of the faster courses in the country, we saw some times that came out of there last year that were just ridiculously fast. So it's going to be interesting to see what we're able to do out there this year.
Yeah, hopefully some good competition then. You mentioned the home meets, 2 home meets back on the schedule this year, kind of after, that's usually typical for you guys. Took a break last year from doing that. What do you like about doing your home meets that way, kind of bookending your season with the 2 home meets? With the Wildcat Cross Country Invitational coming up here on Saturday, the Mike Spielman Classic at the end of the year.
Running our home meets are great. I mean, we have, in my opinion, one of the best cross-country courses around. We call it a true cross-country course. It's got the rolling hills to it, so it's not an easy course, but it's not the hardest course we're going to be on. It's a great place that we can get out there because it's going to make a lot of the courses that we go to that we have to run a lot of our big competitions on feel a little bit easier to us as well. But it's just nice to be able to bring people in and show off the sand greens and just Baldwin in general. And we really like having people out on our course, and we want to get more people out and exposed to it. And especially, like I said, as we're getting geared up to get to host the conference meet here in the next couple of years, I want to get as many people onto that course as possible so I can test and see how many bodies it can handle and how big of a meet I can host on it too. So, and Mike is great at helping us get that thing going. He's been running meets on that course for 30 plus years, and he's a great asset for me to have. I mean, granted, I've been around it for 10 years as a coach and another 4 as an athlete. I helped my 5th year a little bit, but I mean, it's just good to have that much experience going into it, and just the way we've been able to dial that course in. It hasn't changed much since 1984, so I mean, it's effective and it's clean, and it's a great way to kind of get the season rolling, and I really like finishing off our season, kind of finishing out the end. It's a nice way to kind of roll out the season. I know this year we're going to have another meet at the end after it, but mentally it's always nice for the athletes to have a home meet, inviting people in, getting the fans out. it's one of the few times that we really get all of their fraternity, sorority, brothers and sisters out, their friends on campus, and their families can all come out and support. It's great when we get all our alumni coming out. I've been hearing people are maybe going to come tailgate it at this point. So
let's expand on that just a little bit. How special is that for the athletes? I know, they like going out and racing at different courses, getting to see different areas traveling. But how cool is that coming back home, get 2 home meets for fans, family? You said friends, alumni coming out to watch. How cool is that for the athletes to race on their home course?
I think it's great. And then you also get all of your old teammates are coming back. It's usually the more recent ones are coming back because they want to see, their old teammates race, and usually they're there to giggle at them a little bit because they have to race on the home course still. But it's that coming back and supporting each other. It's the nature of our sport and what we set up for our team to be, and it continues afterwards. I mean, you can tell. I mean, the support staff that I have are old alums that keep coming back to help me as a coach now, and they still want to come back and support their old teammates, and they want to watch everybody run, and it really creates a more festive atmosphere, I guess. It really hypes everybody up a little bit more, and that excitement that comes along with it just pumps them up a little bit more, and they race a little bit harder, I guess, whenever it comes down to it. So,
juices are flowing a little better there, adrenaline going. Yeah,
it helps.
Well, let's talk about your roster a little bit. Each side here, highlighting both teams. First, on the women's side, you return national qualifier in Ellie Barnard coming back this year. The team was a top 3 finisher at conference past 2 seasons. On the men's side, you lose 2 of your top scorers from conference last year, but still have 3 of your top 5 out of that. What do you like about both groups this season?
We're an experienced group, so I mean we got a lot of upperclassmen going on. So when you bring in that experience, it really helps to kind of keep everything nice and even as we go through. They come in, they've got this experience, so as we're starting off the season, they understand what the season's going to look like. They know the steps that we have to take. And they put in a lot of work over the summer. They came in, they're all motivated on both sides. The women, they would like to, not be third. They want to take second. They'd like to take first because we always want to win. But we're setting up on both sides to be able to run very well as far as a packing goes. And that's how we score points. The closer we can run from our 1 to 5 and even bringing in our 7s into that, the closer they are, the better our score is going to be and the higher we're going to finish a conference. Now, our conference is insanely tough nowadays, so we got to work really, really hard to get into that hardware. But I like our chances on being able to kind of put ourselves in there. And, when the day comes, it's who's going to show up. So, and I like the mentality that we're bringing. I like the talent that we have. And our women and our men they're all ready to roll, and they're excited to go see what they can push out there. But when you bring in that many upperclassmen, especially the senior heavy that we have on the women's side, it's really exciting to hear about what we're gonna do this year. But it's also kind of sad because I've had all these women, especially for 4 years now, and I don't know what I'm gonna do without them. So
Yeah, let's stick with the conference meet here. Again, as I mentioned, we just highlighted the past 2 years finishing top 3, the women's side. Men's side, though, as well, was a 5th place finish last year. A couple of top 15 runners, though. Both have moved on from the program now. What does the team need to do throughout the season to get ready for that tough conference race there at the end in November?
Really, a lot of it, obviously, we have to have some people step up to run a little faster than we have, but, that's the evolution of the athlete, too. We've got a lot of guys that, every one of the athletes that we have put in a bunch of work over the summer. They've been working in the weight room, they've been putting in their mileage. We're going to see a lot of drops in times from what we did last year. There's people ready to step up into those spots that have graduated out from last year. So that's one big part of it. But again, what scores you points is that 1 to 5 being able to stay as close together as they can. And the way this particular group has bonded so well together, the majority of them are all in the same fraternity house. So, that kind of probably helps a little bit with their mentality. But the way they're practicing together and the way they're all bringing each other along, that's what's going to be key for us. We're looking at potentially putting together about a 30-second 1 to 5 spread if we can put that together. Now, depending on where we are with that 1 to 5 spread there, with that 30-second spread in there, that's going to depend on where we finish. But again, our conference is very tough on the men's and women's side, but we have seen the times dropping dropping quite a bit over the last few years. So it's our turn to kind of get back in there. But that's where we are. I mean, we're looking tough, we're looking strong, and it's going to be fun to see where we go from what we were last year, and to see how well this work is put in and how it's going to pay off.
Yeah, it's great having both those core groups on each side, leadership there. So excited to see that for conference time. Coach, let's take a look at your outlook here on things again. You ran for this program, as you mentioned. You've been on the coaching staff since 2015. Now year 4 of head coaching, running the program here. How's the journey been for you, kind of seeing the program through these different stages, and then seeing it here in year 4 under your leadership?
It's honestly the evolution of watching the program. I mean, when I was here back in the 90s, we were small. We were kind of growing into what became through the Kindler era, when the program was pretty dominant. We had a little different setup that we got to work with, but I mean, Zach did an amazing job getting the program built up numbers-wise. And then when Tim stepped in, I got lucky enough to get to be his assistant, and we won a lot through there. I mean, COVID kind of hit us a little bit from a recruiting's perspective. I feel like we've been kind of working on rebounding a little bit from there, but that's kind of been the last few years, though. I feel like we've been rebuilding from that. But we still have managed to keep smart athletes that come in that are wanting to get better. And as we've done that, that's kind of been the tradition from the beginning. And I hope that I've continued what we've done from the last coaches, and that we've always had solid coaching staffs from when I was here to, I hope I've continued that tradition as being that. But I love watching what these athletes do in the classroom, out on campus, and then what we do as athletes as well, and just watching the growth. It's just been a lot of fun to see how they progress and what they do when they graduate and move on. I mean, we keep putting them out into medical school, law school, PT school. They're all a lot smarter than me, and I appreciate that. So much more academically minded than I was as an athlete, and that makes my job a lot easier and a lot more rewarding, I think, if you ask me. But our academic All-American teams that goes back to definitely through the Zach era, and we've continued that, and that's kind of one of the biggest things that we have always had. So yes, we want to be very fast, and we've managed to get to a national meet. We keep that consistent. We get at least an athlete out to that, but we hold on to that academic tradition too. When we keep those academic All-American teams, and I always joke when I'm in a recruiting meeting, and I point out that if I ever lose that, I may have a couple of coaches that find me and hurt me a little bit. So not to mention Susan, but but
You had mentioned athletes going on to do things after Baker here. I have to mention, of course, former Wildcat Mark going into the Hall of Fame this year here in early October. What has Coach Mish meant to you as an athlete and as a coach, and then how special is it to see him getting inducted into our Baker Hall of Fame?
We're very excited to see Mish get put in here. It's been a while since a cross-country athlete in general has been put in, let alone a men's cross-country athlete get put into the Hall of Fame. Mish in general, I was lucky enough that when I was in high school, he was my dad's youth pastor when he was at Baker. So I get to credit Mish with being one of the guys that taught me how to run a long, long time ago. But watching him what he did in college while he was at Baker was kind of one of the things that put Baker on my radar, even though my parents both went here. It kind of was one of those things that, okay, well, maybe that place isn't going to be too bad. And then I think I've liked it all right here. I've been around a long time. But what Mish brought as an athlete, I mean, he was our first conference champion in cross country for Baker. He ran, just what he did as an athlete was amazing. He was focused, and he kind of set the tone for what the program was supposed to be. But what he went on to do as a coach was what was amazing. What he's brought to Colorado State and Colorado Springs has been great out there, but he's coached marathoners at the international level. He's coached his Division II programs. I mean, what he's done in Athletes in Action, the man has a large resume, and he has touched a lot of lives, and he's done it through sport. Using his faith and using his running ability, and I mean, he can still run a lot of us into the ground, even though he's not quite what he once was. But I don't know anybody that deserves this honor more than him. I'm going to put it that way. So we're pumped to see Mish get in here. There's a lot of people that worked really hard to get him in here. McAfee over there at Mill Valley is one of the big supporters that got him in. But Mish has definitely been a big part of. He congratulated me when he got in here. He's been able to give me some advice on, things that I can do to kind of help keep my team rolling a little bit better. And if I email him or I shoot him a text or something, he's always got something good to say what if I need something. So he's been a great support, and we're excited to get him into that Hall of Fame finally.
Yeah, it'll be cool seeing him get in there. Also have to shout out Ty Sloan from the track and field program going in as well in a star-studded Hall of Fame class here on October 3rd. Yep. Coach, thanks for joining us today on Fall Sports Media Day. Good luck with the rest of the season.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, we are back in here for Fall Sports Media Day with the cross-country team, joined by seniors Jacob McGlasson and Ellie Barnard. Guys, thanks for joining us today. Why don't you first start out by introducing yourselves, tell us where you're from, what you're majoring in, and what brought you here to Baker.
I'm Jacob McGlasson. I'm a senior majoring in exercise science. What brought me to Baker was more of that mid-distance coaching aspect. That was kind of what drew me in. So yeah, and just the coaching, the atmosphere, the community, it's just a great place to be. So that's what kind of brought me into Baker for sure. So.
Okay, so I'm Ellie. I'm from Eudora, Kansas originally. I'm a psychology major here, and definitely being close to home is what brought me here, along with running. Coach Turpin helped me out here.
Great. Ellie, let's start with you. Got to compete on Saturday for the first time here in 2025, racing up at KU, up at Rimrock. How did it feel? Get the juices flowing again, out competing there in the morning at KU. How was that first race for you?
Really good. It was a really good season opener. I'm really impressed with the way the team looks this year. I'm really excited for what we're going to do.
Oh. Jacob, I know we were able to compete this Saturday, but gearing up for Saturday's home meet with the Wildcat Invitational here in Baldwin. What are you hoping to see for yourself on Saturday, getting into race form here to kick off your season?
I'm looking to, so we lost our top two last year, so I'm looking to try to step up and bring that pack with me this weekend. We have a really good pack mentality. Our top guys are all running together at practice every day, so I'm excited to kind of try and lead the pack as best I can and bring the boys along with me. So.
Great. Ellie, let's talk about your last year for you a little bit. Was a national qualifier, getting to race at the NAIA championship there at the end of the season. Was a top 10 conference finisher also last year. So how does the confidence and success of last year's season, how do you carry that over here to 2025 for you?
It really just makes me feel really good about this coming season and makes me want to do better. Definitely want to run nationals again, get a second chance at that, do better this year. And I hopefully we can bring the team with us. We're looking really good so far.
Great. Jacob, you kind of highlighted there that you're missing the top two conference finishers from last year, moved on from the program. You were kind of on the fringe there of the top 25 at the conference meet last year. What does it mean for you now to be able to kind of step into a leadership role, be one of the top finishers for the team? How does that look for you this year as you try to take a step?
More so for me, I'm more focused on the pack, and we don't have an outlier like we did in Aiden Massey last year, so we're going to try to do what Mount Mercy did last year and pack run the best we can, put as many in that top 25 as we can. That's going to be our strategy, and that's my goal, is to bring that pack up with me, hopefully in that top 25 this year. So,
yeah, it'd be great seeing that at the conference meet. Ellie, one of 5 seniors on the girls' side of the roster. Guys have really been here since 2022. Have spent the last 3 years together now, going in all of your senior seasons. What's it like getting to race alongside your teammates that you've been growing around here for the last 3 years at Baker, and how special does that make this season, kind of getting to go out one last time with them?
Really special. We've been together for such a long time. We know how each other runs. We know how to push each other and work together, and so I'm really excited to see how these relationships in particular can push us even farther this year.
Jacob, it's a little different on the men's side.
Mm-hmm.
You're just one of 2 seniors on the roster, kind of Luke Person there as well as a third. more of a mix between your upperclassmen, lowerclassmen, and some newcomers. So how has that blend been so far for the team? And how do you make sure that everyone's standards and expectations align with the programs, the same standards as the programs?
Yeah, I think, with a small upperclassmen class and the seniors and, me and Jaden, we've been really good friends, and we're able to kind of Luke's kind of bringing him up into that as well. We're able to blend that team really well, and we have a lot of juniors and sophomores, and we all just blend so well. I mean, it doesn't matter the age. I mean, we're all leaders in our own way, and we fit into the pack so well, and that's just something that I'm looking forward to this season for sure. It's just that blend and that mix. So yeah.
Ellie, back to you. Let's talk a little bit about the pack there, that pack mentality. With having a core group with your fellow seniors there, are you guys able to kind of feed off of each other? Not even having to communicate and stuff out on the course, and that pack mentality. Are you guys able to feed off each other, having raced alongside each other the past 3 years?
Yeah, 100%. We do. I mean, definitely some hand signals, but a lot of times we don't even have to motion to each other. One person makes a move, and the rest of us just kind of go with it. We just trust each other so much. So, yeah. I think it's definitely a lot of trust in relationships.
Yeah. Now, Jacob, how does that pack mentality look for you guys on the guys' end? Again, not necessarily a core as much guys that have been around each other as much. I know you have some returners coming back here with you, but how does that pack mentality work on the guys' side with maybe some new faces in there, some guys that don't quite have as much experience as you and Jaden Vose?
I mean, we let the younger guys know just stick. Just watch the back of our teammates' shoulders. I mean, and when we're running in a race, that pack is so important. And when someone moves, everyone needs to move. And that's just so important. And we're trying to emphasize that to the younger guys as well, even the sophomores. So it's tough kind of getting used to that as the season goes on. But by the second to last meet in conference, I think we'll be really good at it. So,
yeah. Great. Okay, let's talk about home meets. We're getting ready to go into our first home meet here with the Wildcat Invitational on Saturday. Got the Mike Spielman Classic towards the end of the season there, mid-October. How special is that for you guys, getting to compete at home in front of hopefully some more friends, family, able to come out and support you guys? Ellie, what's that like, getting to race in front of a home crowd?
It's really exciting. I always love it because you see more of the track team can come out. Sometimes the other sports come, and so it's something other sports compete at home all the time, and so they get lots of home support, but we don't usually get home support, so it's really fun to get to see the other sports come out and cheer for us.
Yeah. Jacob, what about for you? How does it feel getting to race at home and getting raced on a great course out there at the Baldwin City Golf Course?
I just love the community this city brings. A town and not really a big city, but just there's people out there that may not even really know a lot about cross country. They just want to come be a part of it, and that to me is special. Just being here for so long and seeing the teammates' families come out, friends and other people, and it's just such a great thing. And to run on our home course is it's no easy task, but we run it all the time, so I feel like it kind of plays into our odds a little bit, which I always like a little bit of an advantage anyway. So
yeah, you get a little bit of a home course advantage there. Let's move on to some personal side of things, getting on to some favorites here at Baker. Ellie, let's start with you. Throughout your running career, high school, collegiate, what's the favorite course that you've got to run on?
Probably Walmego's course. Some people don't like it. I love it. It's a lot of long, slow burn hills. So.
Like the Walmego one. What about you, Jacob? What's the favorite course from your end?
I mean, a lot of people from Kansas City would probably say ODAC because it's so flat, but I don't really think that's a real cross-country course. I like Gans Creek over at Missouri. That's probably been my favorite collegiate course. It's flat. The grass is beautiful. I just like the looks of it and all that. So I like more of the scenic looking courses. So.
Yeah. Those are challenging too as well.
Yeah.
What about let's talk about post-race. What's your favorite post-race meal? Jacob, we'll start with you. What's your favorite post-race meal?
I'm just kind of classic burger and fries from really anywhere, or maybe Texas Roadhouse. I guess that's not a bad pre-meal either. But a lot of us go to Chili's as well. Anywhere, it's not too particular, but just something up in calories for sure. So.
What about you, Ellie? Favorite post-race meal?
I eat a lot of cake. I love cake. We get cakes from Sam's Club all the time, and I could eat half a cake after every race.
Do you make any cakes?
I make lots of cakes too, but store-bought cakes are a lot faster.
Favorite flavor of cake then?
I'm plain, like white cake, white icing. Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. What about pre-race music? Let's talk about what are we listening to, if anything. Ellie, your favorite pre-race music or vibe going on?
I just get in my own head. I just kind of like talk to myself. No music here.
Just getting into the elements, getting ready to go.
Yeah.
Jacob, what about you? What's on your pre-race playlist, or what are things you like to listen to?
I'll listen to a lot of kind of like AC/DC, kind of Metallica type stuff. I can kind of credit Jaden for getting me into that. But I'll also listen to a lot of like new age kind of rap music, so like Pop Smoke or all these rappers that are out now. This kind of anything to kind of hype me up and kind of fast-paced stuff, just to kind of get me in the ready to go mode. So that type of thing for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing the two different styles there between you guys. That's great. What about a favorite moment from a race throughout your career? A favorite race or a favorite performance that you've had, Jacob?
In cross country, I would have to say last year's Haskell meet for me. That was kind of like when I figured out how to race in 8K. I just enjoyed placing. I think I placed 4th at that meet, and that was the highest I've ever placed in my cross country career, just let alone. So just kind of the energy I felt and the positive vibes after that was just really good for me. I needed to kind of break through, and that led into such a great conference meet. So I'll say that.
Ellie, what about you? What's your favorite moment from a race or a performance that you've had?
I was also going to say Haskell meet from last year is probably the best executed race that I've ever run. Everything just kind of went perfectly. I did exactly what I needed to do. So. Yeah,
great. Sounds like the Haskell was a success last year. What about favorite memories off the course, either with your teammates or around campus? What's been one of your favorite memories away from the course, Ellie?
I always really like when we do the girls do team bonding stuff. Like we just go over to someone's apartment and watch a movie or just play board games. It's always just a really good time together.
Yeah. What about you, Jacob?
I know last year Anthony mentioned getting coffee, and he brought me into that my freshman year. So I'm going to have to probably say coffee. We haven't done it as much this year. We just got here, but just every time we go, every other day is just such a special, just conversations, tactics about racing is just such a great way for everybody to get integrated into the team. So it's just kind of, those little things make a huge difference for me.
Special to have those team bonds there. That's awesome to hear. Well, guys, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate you guys doing this media day here for cross country. Make sure to come out and support the Wildcats on Saturday as they host their Wildcat Cross Country Invitational. Race starts at 8:30 a.m. at the Baldwin City Golf Course. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.